tea from my best friend of 10 years had me facing 5 years Fed time.
So she's at work when the fucking agent comes in. He talks to her boss. The boss gives his statement again, the same thing. He basically tells him the same thing he told him over the phone. And then he asks to speak with her. Now, mind y'all, this bitch ain't have to say a word. She didn't have a lawyer present. She had no representation present. And she could have just said she didn't know. What does she do? She goes in there and writes the fucking statement. Now, this is when the truth starts coming out. The statement that she wrote said, and I quote, "I do know the person. However, we were at a party that weekend. I took some paperwork home." I'm not even going to try to quote it. I'm just going to put it, make it real simple. She basically put in a statement that she did indeed know me. She knew of me. And that we were at the same party that weekend. She took some paperwork home and had it in her car. And she did not lock her car doors. She goes on to say she didn't physically see me take anything. But she knows that her car doors are not locked and that we were at the same party that weekend. Mind y'all. This bitch texted me, asking me if I wanted to make $150. Telling me who we're going to sell the pills to. Telling me she was going to fucking do it. Saying the day I needed to call the fucking office. The day that we needed to fucking drop the script off so that she would be the only one in the office. She coerced this whole fucking scenario. Me being a gullible ass, money hungry ass, goofy ass bitch was just, okay, yeah. So for her to write this shit in a statement, yeah, okay. And of course, because I'm the person in this shit and I'm the only person being sought after for charges, I'm going to get your motion of discovery. I'm going to get all the evidence they got against me. I'm going to get that. So she tells him this or whatever. She calls me and she tells me he came in and that she said, she told him that we was at a party together that weekend and she don't know how it happened. Now, this is when the truth really starts coming out. Because, remind y'all, she hadn't said she was telling her boss in the beginning I was a good person and this, that, and the third. So I'm like, why did you tell him we was at a party? What party were we at that weekend? So this is like I said when the truth started coming out. So it's like, okay, so bitch, the whole time I've been under the impression that you was on some janky ass shit, but now you done told on yourself. Like, now I know for a fact you're a weird ass bitch. So when they do this, when she does this, because in the beginning, the warrants, I never had warrants. He just wanted me to talk to him. I didn't want to talk to him because I didn't want to implicate myself or the bitch I was supposed to be best friends with. But at this point, he done got mad. He done got irate. He's annoyed with me. He tired of me playing with him. So he done came from his location headquarters to our little town to get a fucking statement by the fucking doctor and to get a statement from her. And again, the statement was given voluntarily. So in the midst of her writing a statement, she has yet to say a name. And I know that this is what happened because this is what he wrote in his statement, the agent. That she had yet to put a name, so he asked her to put my name. And what did she do? She put my name in parentheses. So she signs it or whatever. And he states in his motion, like, and whatever he was in his little statement, he states that at one point in her writing the statement, she tells him it doesn't make sense. It's not making sense. So can she get another piece of paper? Baby girl, if you're telling the truth, how the truth don't make sense? Because you a lying ass bitch and your lies was not making sense. So you needed to fucking start over. He leaves the office that they're in, the conference room or whatever they're at, and goes to get her another piece of paper so that she can try to write her statement. He also puts in his paperwork that when he returns, the initial statement that she was writing is no longer. It's gone. Now, I don't know too much about how shit work, but I just know if it was me and I asked her for her statement, I would have definitely asked her what happened to that first piece of paper you was writing on. I need that. Gotta have that. I want that. But at this point, he's so mad at me, he don't give a fuck. And he don't really know what the fuck going on, so he thinks she just cooperating. Because Miss Rucker didn't cooperate. She's been playing with us for months. She been not answering my phone calls. Every time she says she's going to meet with us, she doesn't meet. So I'm driving all the way from Columbia to Aiken and for nothing. So, yeah, she writes a statement voluntarily. She signs it, whatever, boom. He also states in his paperwork that throughout the portion of her writing, throughout the time frame of her writing her segment or statement, whatever the fuck you want to call it, she appeared visibly shaking and very nervous. What you nervous for, mama? If you ain't doing no janky ass shit, why you nervous? Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be... Yeah, okay. So, from there, it's like 2 months later. Y'all. This one shit started hitting the fan. Like, whole time I've been playing with this man all year. Like, nah, boo-boo, you can't catch me. I got a message on Facebook one day from this girl that stayed out there while I stayed at. And she says, the police was out here earlier. They surrounded somebody's apartment. Now, I'm like, for one, I was like, why is she telling me this? Like, if you know why I stay at. I don't talk to nobody. I don't say nothing to nobody. So it was just like, why are you telling me about something that's happening within the neighborhood that I don't give a fuck about? Whole time, she knew why she was telling me. So I asked her, like, well, who apartment was they at? She talking about she don't fucking know. Okay. So when I get home, I ask her again, like, who apartment was they at? Again, she don't fucking know. So I stopped the maintenance man, because me and him are cool, me and Mr. David. So I stopped Mr. David, and I'm like, Mr. David, the police was out here earlier. He like, yeah, they was deep too. I'm like, how deep? This nigga said they came in 3 black trucks, 3 sheriff cars, and 1 number patrol car, some shit like that. So I'm like, damn, they wasn't playing. Who house they was at? Y'all, this man said yours. I about fell the fuck out. Mine. What you mean they was at my fucking apartment? Now, because God sees all things, and God knows that off GP this bitch was being a janky asshole, I wasn't home that day. God had to start coming through for me, and I had orientation at a job. And a job that I had orientation at just so happened to be an hour and a half down the fucking road. And I was so desperate for a fucking job, I took that job. So when they was trying to kick my motherfucking door in that day, because yes, let's talk about it for real. Allegedly, I wasn't there, and at the time, I don't think Ring cameras was a thing. So I don't know what the fuck happened. I just know what I was told between the maintenance man and the landlord. Yeah, girl, they was at your house earlier, and they had the building surrounded. Both ends. Like, I stay in an apartment complex, but our apartments are 2-story. So they had each corner of the apartment building blocked the fuck off with the motherfucking police. So if I was there and I tried to run, they was going to tackle the fuck out my ass. Bitch, where you think you going? So I'm like, I asked the landlord, like, so what's tea? So she was like, oh, they was about to kick your door in. They was about to kick your door in. So I'm like, not Mr. Biz, take that shit to trial. Like, is this my life? Is this real? Are you fucking serious? You gotta be shitting me. So she like, no, I'm dead ass serious. They're about to kick your door in. The only reason they didn't kick your door in is because I came out the office and I told them you weren't home. So she was like, they was asking me where you was, asking if you had went to go pick the kids up from school or whatever. That bitch a liar too, because when I got my motion of discovery, she told them I wasn't there and that I might have went and picked the kids up from school. That's what she told them. She made it seem like to me they asked. No, bitch, you volunteered the information. She a weird ass bitch too. I'm glad she ain't our landlord no more. But anyways, yeah. But she did give me a nice purse one time. In the beginning, she was cool. But you know, in due time, everybody show their hand. So I'm like, okay. So she was like, I asked them if they needed, if they wanted to leave a business card or anything behind to give to you when you got home. And they said no. Now, me being me, this shit ain't funny no more. This shit ain't funny no more. This ain't no jive, turkey, ha-ha, hee-hee ass shit. This some real deal Holyfield ass shit. So I called agent that afternoon. I'm at the bank, and I called him like, what's up? You came by my house the other day looking for me? He like, and did. I'm like, for what? He's like, to arrest you and serve you these warrants. I'm like, what warrants? Because I've been telling you for the past 6 months, nobody's been able to find these fucking warrants. You told me they was in the NCIC database, not knowing I got a lawyer friend. She checked that they're not there. They're not in the fucking local database. So where these warrants at? Because I've been telling you when you show me the warrants, I'll turn myself in. That's what I've been telling you from the jump. Come back for what? Part 5, 6? I don't know. I'm losing count.